In the hall of the Mountain King. In the country of Norway, a boy named Per lived on the forest edge, where the trees and the mountains are tall. His little house faced west, so he could always see the sea. When the sun was out and the smell of adventure was in the air, Per loved to go exploring. He always found treasure. Rocks that were round and sparkly, lizards that were brown and bumpy, and trees with branches spaced just right for a boy to climb. One day, Per ventured through the forest and out the other side, farther than he had ever been before. There, he found the best treasure of all. A castle. People had often told stories of a mysterious mountain king who lived beyond the forest. Maybe this was his castle. Per couldn't wait to find out, so he slipped through the front gate. At first, he tiptoed along, careful not to make a sound. His eyes were wide at the wonders before him. The stories were true. He saw the Mountain King's riches with his own eyes. From passage to passage and room to room, Per grew more confident. Maybe he could be the king. He walked and marched and skipped and spun on the marble floors, wishing the day would never end. Per rounded a corner, and who did he bump into but the Mountain King himself? Per had been so enchanted that he'd forgotten one important thing. He was an uninvited guest. Fear of the Mountain King's fury seized Per. Fear of dark dungeons. Fear of never again seeing his little house by the sea. Per ran like he had never run before. The Mountain King bounded after him, but Per was faster. As Per raced through the castle, he slammed doors behind him, hoping to slow the Mountain King just enough to escape. They ran and ran, doors slammed and slammed. Each door brought Per one step closer to freedom, but the Mountain King was getting nearer and nearer. One last door stood before Per, one final door till he was free. He ran, he jumped, he slid through the door. Slam! Per didn't look back as the castle disappeared into the forest beyond the mountain. As he found his way back home, he made a promise. From this day on, he would have his adventures closer to home. At least for a while. The end.